Hello everyone, Bats 2011 here, and I am here with the newest Platinum review. That is right, I'm back. Platinum review for Ghost of Tsushima. I'm going to let you know right now, I'm going to butcher the name a few times just because whenever I get really excited, I butcher the name. Yeah, like explaining to my wife, I was like, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. And she's like, what? And I'm like, shut up. I'm going to butcher the name multiple times. You can feel free to count along with me and let me know how many times I ruined it in the comments down below. This is a Platinum review for Ghost of Tsushima. It is, if you don't know what a platinum review is, that is where I play the game to completion. I platinum the game, and then I give you the review. That way you don't get a half-assed review like I played it for 5 hours. This is what I think. I put the time in, and this is pretty much my thoughts on the game. One cool thing about games too, not everybody feels the exact same way about every single game. Some people really enjoy Gears of War and Halo. I don't. Yeah, I mean Gears of War is fun and everything. Halo's trash. I don't like Halo. Yeah, so that's a cool thing about reviews and games and everything. Everybody has different thoughts as them. So if I say something as far as this goes and you play it and you don't like it, sorry. But I know I'm not alone in it because a lot of people actually like this game. So we're golden. So we'll get started. So Ghost of Tsushima. One thing too, I don't spoil anything story related, so you don't have to worry about any spoilers as far as the story goes. Everything I record is within the first few hours of the game, minus a few here and there whenever I'm like, oh crap, I got to record that. For the most part, this is all within the first couple of hours of the game. We'll get started with the story. In the story, you play as Jin Sakai. He is a samurai, and pretty much the Mongols invade Tsushima. They invade this island, and I don't know what that was at the end. It was like Tashimiya. They invade the island, and you're tasked with ridding the island of the Mongols, the Mongol threat. They're trying to take over everything. Freaking Mongolians, trying to take over. And so you're pretty much trying to get rid of the Mongolians on the island, plain and simple. And I will not tell you anything else past that because I don't want to spoil anything story related. So as far as the story goes, it's really good. I highly enjoyed the story. I have no gripes as far as the story. It was well paced. There was no times where I was like, it's kind of getting a little bit slow here, anything like that. It could get slow if you start doing side quests, but for the most part, the story is really good, really fast paced. It's intriguing, and there was a lot of moments where I was playing and like you hit those moments with the story that just hurt. They hit your feelings, and there were so many different emotions that I had while playing this game. And the story just really did a great job. It was so compelling at making you hit all these different emotions. The voice acting was just so great, and I have zero complaints about the voice acting. My only complaint, and really my only complaint about the whole game, is when you're in a cinema, and I'll try and get it here. I don't remember if I recorded any cinemas because I wasn't trying to ruin anything. But when you're in a cinema, you'll notice that their eyes move back and forth unnaturally. It's kind of creepy. But yeah, they'll be staring into each other's eyes, like having a conversation, and their eyes are just twitching back and forth. And so it's a little bit weird, but that's my only big gripe as far as that goes. And it's not even really a big gripe. I learned to get over it, but it was at first something that I definitely noticed, and I was kind of a little bit turned away from by that, but not to where I stopped playing the game. And it actually didn't even make a difference as far as playing the game. So it wasn't anything to where it actually ruined the score at all. Just something I was observant and noticed. So another thing about the story is the side quest. Now, side quests in games are often very... they just add, it feels like they're just added in just to add some time to the game. So the side quests are always so dumb. Like, go here and grab this and bring it back to me. Then you bring it back and they're like, oh, now that you have that, go here and grab this and bring it back to me. The Ghost of Tsushima has such well written side quests. So many side quests that were really, really well written, and a lot of them or at least I would put down the controller after it. There was a lot of moments in side quests where I was like, dang, that hit. So there was a lot of side quests that actually had really, really well written dialogue and were actually pretty interesting. So I didn't have any issues with any of the side quests as far as, what side quests normally are. So as far as side quests goes, I think Ghost did probably some of the best work with them. So that's all I'll talk about with story. We'll move on to the graphics, which, man, this is my favorite part of this game. So now talking about the graphics, Ghost of Tsushima is by far the best looking game that has ever came out, or at least in my opinion, but it is gorgeous. And you think about what we've seen this generation, the games that we have seen this generation that are truly breathtaking. You have Horizon Zero Dawn. You have that game was just beautiful. You have Death Stranding, gorgeous. Not everybody liked the gameplay, but the game is beautiful. No, I mean nobody can really doubt that. And then you have all the games that came out this year. The Last of Us Part 2, stunning. You have Final Fantasy Part 7 Part 1. Oh my, beautiful. Just so gorgeous. And you're like, there's no way we can top this. How could we top what is happening here? And then Ghost comes out, and man, there's so many moments where I literally found myself pausing the game just to marvel at how gorgeous it looked, or putting myself into photo mode, which photo mode in itself is just so amazing. It was really, really well thought out, and I think this is by far the best photo mode that I've seen in a game. I at least spent a lot of time in the photo mode in comparison to other games where I'll try it once and be like, I actually found myself using the photo mode, so that's cool in itself. But the beauty of this game, a lot of games of the same genre, like Far Cry, for example, you're on an island in some of them, but you're on an island, and everything on that island looks the same. You might have a beach area or mountains, but it all looks the same. It's not really anything different. It's a mountain or a forest, and it's all the same. As far as Ghost goes, you are on an island, but at the beginning of the island, it's beaches and forest and just beautiful, beautiful flowers everywhere. Just gorgeous scenery. And then as you move further north, you start hitting mountains and just beautiful villages that have, like sugarcane fields and stuff, rice fields, stuff like that. I don't think sugarcane, but rice fields. And, you have all these beautiful different sceneries around you. And then you go more north and you're like, what can you do now? They hit you with snow. They say, hey, have some snow. And just gorgeous, gorgeous snow-covered mountains everywhere. And it's so crazy knowing that this is all one island. You have this one island that has so many different sceneries to look at, and you're blessed with all of them. So it just makes my heart happy. So we'll stop talking about graphics though, because I could literally talk about that for like 5 minutes. I think I did talk about it for 5. I could talk about it for 20 minutes, but we're not going to. We're going to move on to the next thing. We're going to talk about gameplay, but before I do, I want to I think this falls into gameplay. I don't know what category it falls into, but we're going to throw it in with gameplay. The game's load times are incredibly fast. You can literally fast travel, which in most games takes about 15 seconds or so to fast travel, 10-15 seconds. In Ghost, it's pretty much instant, 2 seconds at most for fast traveling load times. And then as far as starting the game, in most games, that can take anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. In Ghost, I think it only takes about 10 seconds. It's really, really, really fast load times in this, which I don't have anything special in my PS4 Pro. I don't have like a SSD or anything like that. It's just the base hard drive. I do have a external that I have in there as well, but yeah, nothing to improve the load times on it. So for it to be going that fast just regularly is amazing. I mean, granted, I don't have a regular PS4, but uh, it's just really awesome to see how quick this game loads, and then it gets you even hyped because you're even more hyped because you're like, oh man, the PS5's coming out, and I know that SSD is about to be a beast. So just knowing what this game is capable of and seeing that really gets me excited for what's to come because I can see how fast this game loads, and I'm like, man, it's game time. So as far as the gameplay goes, you can play either two different play styles, Samurai or Ghost. And as you play the game, one cool feature that they put in there is as you play, if you choose to go more of the Ghost style, which is more stealth and hitting people with the kunai and saying, "Ooh, you can't see me," more Ghost gameplay, the weather will actually change. So if you are doing a lot more sneaking around and killing people, you're going to see a lot more storms and a lot more lightning and rain and stuff. If you're more honorable and you're going in and being a samurai, going right through the front door and be like, "Who wants to fight?" You're going to see a lot more like sunshine and rainbows. Well, no rainbows because it ain't raining. All right. So it's just going to be, more sunny and not really stormy. So if you go deeper and darker into the Ghost play style, then that's whenever you'll get a lot more storms. And I thought that was a really cool feature. And I didn't know that until I guess they put out an interview after the game came out. And I was always wondering, I was like, man, why is it so stormy all of a sudden? And then I saw that, I was like, oh, because I'm killing motherfuckers from the grass. There was one part, too, where you're in this field, and these people are walking. I think it was a side quest. Yeah, it was a side quest. And the whole time I was like, ooh, I'm about to be Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic Park up in here. So I was just waiting for them to like walk away, and I would Jurassic Park Velociraptor grab them. They were like, oh, I'm dead. So it was really cool to relive Jurassic Park as a samurai. But yeah, so you can you have these two different play styles. From there too, you also do get different stances. So depending on who you're fighting, as you progress through the game, you unlock different stances. Those stances are, for example, wind, earth, water, heart. You're pretty much creating Captain Planet. Now, the actual ones are like wind stance and water stance, and I'm telling you, they're pretty much Captain Planet. I think one's stone though, so it tricks you with stone stance. But yeah, different ones for different playstyles, or not different playstyles, different people that you're fighting. So if you're fighting with somebody with a shield, you're going to be on the water stance. If you're fighting somebody with a spear, you're going to be the wind stance. And I was kind of worried going into that when I saw that there was multiple different ones depending on who you're fighting, because I was like, how seamless is this going to be? I'm not trying to be fighting somebody and have somebody else come up with the shield and it be clunky to kind of switch back and forth between these. But actually it's really, really seamless, and I have zero complaints about it. It didn't take really any getting used to. It was very easy. I actually enjoy switching back and forth, and I didn't think it was, I thought it was going to be something where I don't use it, to where I just left it at one stance because I didn't want to switch back and forth. But it really makes a huge difference depending on what stance you're using. So I think they did a very good job as far as that goes. The upgrade system too, I really like the upgrade system. A lot of games with the skill trees and everything, you start hitting those upgrades that you don't really need. So you get to one upgrade and you're like, I don't really need the next couple of them. So you'll start gaining up your skill points until you can unlock like 5 or 6 at once, because it feels like nothing's really happening switching back and forth between these or getting the upgrades. So you want a huge chunk at once to really make you feel like you're doing something. But in Ghost, it's not like that. I feel like every upgrade was meaningful in itself. And besides one or two that I didn't really use just because it didn't coincide with my playstyle, I felt like every single one was actually a huge help and really made a huge difference as far as how I was playing the game. So I think they did a great job as far as the upgrade system goes. There's a lot of different side things that you can do in the game too. You can go see fox dens, you can hit bamboo strikes, you can do duels, which the duels are really cool. They're one-on-one fights. That's really methodical, like chess match kind of thing. Wait for them to strike, block them, try and get an edge on them. And they're so few and far apart that they don't get too tiresome. They don't overdo it with the duels. So I really like that they did that as well, to where it wasn't just so many of them. So where each one kind of felt special. But there's those. You also have hot springs that you can go to. You can go write haikus. There's so much to do in the game. There's also a lot of different cosmetic options that you can choose, and you can change the color of them, and there's a lot of different things you can do as far as customizing your character, which I really liked. I didn't know how in-depth it was going to get, but they did a pretty good job as far as different options and everything. I would have liked to see a couple more different armor options. I think you're limited to 6 or 7, and I would have liked a little bit more than that, but I really enjoyed it. As far as the customization goes, I thought there was a lot of good options in there. I guess I'm being picky because I wanted more. Other than that, though, I don't really have any gripes about the game. I do, like I said, the eyes twitching back and forth, that creepy thing. Also, the one big gripe that I do have is, or not really big, but one gripe that I do have is I would like to see something where it tells how long you've played the game. So if you went into the save portion, you could see like how long I've put into this game, stuff like that. They don't have that, which kind of stinks, but at the same time, it's not a huge deal. Just something I would have liked to see. Other than that, I don't have any issues with the game, and any tiny gripes that I do have is me nitpicking, me trying to find reasons why the game's not as good as it is, because to me it's very, very hard to make a perfect game. A lot of games would be a 9.5, 9.7. You can hit up there, but to be a literal perfect game is so hard to do. And as far as within the PS4 era, there's only been, at least that I can think of, a few. I thought Final Fantasy VII was a perfect game. I loved the heck out of it. I didn't give that to Last of Us. Last of Us had a lot of glitches and everything, so I just couldn't give it to The Last of Us. But Persona 5 was a perfect game. So it's Persona 5 and Final Fantasy VII Remake are the only two perfect games that I've played on the PS4 era. So it's really hard for me to give out perfect game ratings, but then Ghost comes in, and Ghost is like, "Hey, how's it going?" And yeah, so Ghost is a perfect game, easily a 10 out of 10. I have no gripes as far as the gameplay. It is so much fun. This is such a beautiful, amazing adventure, and by far, in my opinion, the best PS4 game that's came out. Which is hard to say because, like I said, I love Persona 5 and I love Final Fantasy, and I loved Horizon. But Ghost is, in my opinion, the best PS4 game. It's definitely the best looking one. I really think it's an amazing game. One cool thing too is Ghost is, if you think of Sucker Punch Productions, they started the PS4 cycle with Infamous Second Sons, and they're ending it with Ghost of Tsushima. So they created a game at the beginning, and they're ending it with a game. So I thought that was kind of cool. But other than that, I love the game. 10 out of 10 easily. As far as the platinum goes, I'd probably give it a 2 out of 10. It's not too difficult to get the platinum, other than, the collectibles, but the collectibles are pretty easy to get. So if you do have any questions about anything platinum related, how to get the platinum, anything you want to know, let me know in the comments below. I'll try and help you out the best I can. If you have any questions about the game, also let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. I don't know why people like videos. I don't know what benefit it does, but people always say that. So hit that like button. But the big thing, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know that people like what I'm doing. So yeah, hit that subscribe button if you will, please. Or if you like my stuff. Don't do it if you think this is stupid, because yeah, I'm pretty stupid, so you're gonna keep getting these. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys next time.